You can only know where you stand in relation to the world around you when you start to question that world, and that leads you back to thinking about yourself in that relationship. I don't think education is about stuffing facts into students' heads or even teaching them exactly what you know that's going to make them better. It's when you teach them how to question what you know that I think they're really starting to learn. I don't understand the point of an education unless you're going to learn how to think.
She lets you express yourself, she lets you explain, and if she doesn't understand where you're coming from, she asks for more, or she'll ask for somebody else, hey, who supports this, or who goes against this.
She's learning with us while she's giving us information. She's not superior to us, or doesn't feel that way.
I try to create a situation in the classroom where they trust me and they know I'm not suddenly going to come out of the blue and say, no, you're wrong, or something like that. I mean, sometimes people say things that are off base or not based in the text or just actually wrong, and I'll try to get them to go back to the text. But usually they start to challenge each other, they start to have conversations with each other, they start to disagree with each other, and I'm just mediating that conversation. And for me, that's a really good moment, because what I like to imagine is after the class ends, they can still have those conversations with each other.
You can disagree with your classmates, have a discussion about it, what you disagree.
If she doesn't agree with you, or if you're wrong, she's not afraid to let you know that, whereas I've had teachers in the past who will try to put some kind of spin on something so that whatever you said has some semblance of truth to it, and I think what she does instead of that is she finds the relevance to what you've said.
What can she do in the short story that you don't think can be done in nonfiction? And you know, this goes back to your own ideas of what you think you can do in fiction and why you're majoring in fiction and not nonfiction. Yeah.
I treat them as writers, so right away that's the first thing, that we're on the same page. We're struggling with the same issues. We're concerned with the same things, how to get words on a page, the best way to tell a story, the best way to engage a reader. Those questions are questions we share right from the beginning. I really want them to feel like they've learned something, even if it isn't the same something I started off with. So it's not so important that I teach books that they're going to like or that I necessarily like, but that I show them there's a way into books that initially seem off-putting or inaccessible.
I think because Ms. Kothari, she has a lot of experience both in writing and teaching. I think she's able to really synthesize all of that, bring it all together into this classroom.
A willingness to learn yourself is always a good thing. A willingness to be open and interested in the world around you. I feel like I worked really hard, and I still work hard to be a better teacher. I think a lot of the things I do in class are learned, and I pick those up from people around me. I'm constantly looking for ways to improve my teaching, to improve a class. I never wanted to be a teacher. I wanted to be an airline attendant, flight attendant, when I was a kid. So this was never one of my goals, and I just feel like I ended up in the right place at the right time.